Welcome back to another video, and today we will be comparing two graphics cards on two computers. This is my old computer that I used to record on. It is an MSI laptop with a 1650 Ti graphics card and an i5. And if we go over to my other computer, this is a Lenovo Idea Center 5 with a NVIDIA 3060, RTX 3060, and an i7. And today, we are going to find out how big of a difference does it make from 1650 Ti to 3060 Ti. So let's jump right into it. So we are in Beam with my old computer, and they may be looking smooth for you, but on the Xbox game bar that you cannot see, but I can, apparently we're at 70% of our CPU and 100% of our GPU, which means we're using up 100% of our graphics card right now, which is already pretty concerning. So what we are gonna do is we are going to go to, where's traffic? Here are the specs of my computer. Nothing crazy. Gameplay. Max amount of vehicles. Now this is where things start to get a little crazy. So now we're gonna spawn in the traffic. Now I want to see how many vehicles the game's gonna spawn in. Okay, how many vehicles did it spawn in? We have 1, 2, 3. That is 3 vehicles we have spawned in. And the game is definitely lagging. And I think you guys can see that as well. So we got that vehicle. Yeah, this game is definitely lagging. Yep, we've got 3 vehicles. Now, let's just drive around and let's see how many vehicles we can spawn in before things really start to get a little laggy. Okay, everything is very slow right now. Okay, I did not mean to click on that. Yeah, this is starting to get really laggy to the point where you're seeing this right now. Okay, so what vehicle should we spawn in? No, we'll spawn in some bastions, because though that should be a pretty immense vehicle. We'll spawn in some red tails. Okay, well, it's definitely taking a while for it to load. And now I am going to continue to spawn more of them. We are lagging. As you can see, I'm going to quickly check the Xbox game bar to check to see my performance. So we're actually using 95% of our CPU, 81% of our GPU. Okay. Can we still play? We can. Whoa. It's definitely lagging. I'll definitely say that. Okay, whoa. So now, we are going to clone in even more, because we are still trying to make our game unplayable here. Now what happens if I set all these vehicles to random on the AI? Oh my goodness. There's about to be a crash. This is chaotic, laggy, and just flat out insane. Whoa. This is just crazy. Uh-oh. Oh. This is very laggy, very noisy, and nevertheless not very enjoyable. Let's say the least. Oh jeez. This is I cannot see, like, I just now hit the throttle, and it's about a good 1 second delay. The game is definitely not happy. So let's actually switch over to the other computer I showed you, or my new computer, where we will compare and see if we can, how many cars we can spawn. But first, let's count to see how many cars we got. So we got this car, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 cars we have, and it's lagging like absolute crazy. So let's actually go over to the new computer, where we can compare the performance. So now we are here with my new computer, and I have the control panel here on the right hand corner, showing how much of my GPU is being used, how much of my CPU is being used, all the stats, all these stats that could be important. And so we are going to do a pretty similar thing than from what we did with my old computer. Are going to go in here, and we are going to go through, and first things first, let's see how much AI we can put in here. So gameplay, so I have it set up before already at 12 cars, which is the max amount I can put. And for pooled vehicles I have auto, and parked vehicles I have 5, but I can put up to 50. I'm gonna put it at 10 for right now. Let's close this. AI, traffic, spawn normal traffic. So right now we are spawning it in. It's definitely lagging. Oh yep, now we have used up 100% of the graphics card. And now we are out walking. So now let's drive around. Let's see how we're doing in terms of CPU. So this is already a big difference. I can tell you that. That's a nice bow light. Before, in my old computer, we were using, we'll say, about 100% of our CPU already at right when we started playing the game. So this is already a big difference, saying that we're using 80% of our CPU, and we have 12 traffic cars spawned in, which I don't see. There's one, there's another one crashed into the thing over there, there's a couple more down there. There's supposed to be more cars. Let's see if I can... there's everybody. We're still at about 80%, plus we've got our parked cars. Actually, to make this a little bit tougher on the computer, I'm going to drive over to the parking lot over here, where there's going to be a ton of parked cars right in there. Now, just for the sake of it, I want to see what would happen if I set up the park cars to 50. Also, I am trying this so you don't have to. It's still running, very impressively. The game doesn't feel like it's lagging. I mean, we're not maxing out anything. And what's actually surprising to me is the more cars we spawn and the more of our CPU that we use, the less of the GPU we use. So I'm using 40% of the GPU right now and 80% of the CPU right now. So that actually tells me if you're building a PC, a gaming PC for Beam.ng Drive, go for a better CPU than go for a crazy GPU. A graphics card, you don't have to max out. So, but a CPU is something that you should worry about more if you're trying to play Beam.ng with a lot of traffic cars, or just play Beam.ng a certain way, maxed out. That's the way you're gonna have to do it. But the graphics card is having a pretty easy time with this actually. It's 43%, around 40%. It's not really maxing out at all. And we have all this. So actually, I'm gonna back up, and just like I did in my other computer, I'm now gonna spawn a bunch of cars. It's definitely gotten a bit laggier, I will say, but the fact that I am recording, which I'm gonna point out the fact right now, when you record and play at the same time, it decreases your performance in the game. And the fact is, it is lagging a little bit more right now, but we are not maxing out anything. Actually, we're using less of our GPU, and our CPU we're at maybe 90%. So I'd say if you're playing like this, like you're playing with a lot of cars, don't go for a crazy graphics card, but go for like an Intel i9 or a Radeon R9. Go for anything at pretty high. Even though I'm doing all of this with an i7 12700 right now, we are still doing pretty good, actually. So I think more computer power really does mean more better in Beam.ng Drive.